Welcome to the Kitchen Ambush Holiday Pastry Showdown. It's our very first pastry showdown, and we are really excited to be here on the campus of Stratford University in Virginia Beach.
It's exciting.
It's palpable.
It is, and it's my favorite thing, dessert.
I mean, there's literally like powdered sugar in the air. We did that on purpose. It makes everybody happy. So we are going to have 3 competitors go head-to-head in 2 stages, judged by our illustrious panel of judges who will be introducing through the night, and our contestants that we'll have, who one is whistling right now. She's whistling as she works. So as we get started, we're gonna have different ways for you to see, interact, send in comments and questions and messages. We want to hear them, we want to answer them, and most of all, we want to have a great time. So our 3 competitors are...
Well, we have Tessa Morgan with Tessa's Creations.
Why don't you say hi to the world?
Hi, world.
That was Tessa.
Tessa
And please
Morgan.
introduce yourself and say where you're from.
Hi, I'm Janelle Roeder. I'm one of the owners at Spoon Dessert Cafe. Good evening, everyone. I'm Shanifa Little, and I am the head baker at the Virginia Aquarium.
Woo!
All right, and so how this is going to begin is we have this. I have told them ahead of time that they will be drawing numbers 3 times. The first will be the order in which they get to reach into the mystery box and determine which item they have to work with, because round 1 is cookies. You have a 30-minute cook time, and then our judges will taste their cookies, and then they'll go into round 2, which they'll draw another number, but then there's another time they're going to draw a number that they have no idea what that means. So, before we get started, I want to have a couple of quick words from our host facility.
Oh.
Come on in.
I will. Well, welcome. We are so excited for Kitchen Ambush and our prestigious chefs to be in our kitchens today. Stratford University is super excited to have you here. So have lots of fun and may the best chef win.
Woohoo!
All right, so we're going to start with the drawing, and I'm going to randomly go. You pick one. It's just 3 pieces of paper. You get one.
No drum roll.
And you get one. All right. Go back to your stations, and then I will come in with the box, and you'll start cooking.
All righty.
Back to your stations. I'll give you this back. All right, I'm going to grab our lovely box real quick. All right, who's number 1? All right, we're coming around to you. This box is heavier than normal because there's lots of yummy stuff in it. Everything is from a local business. Reach in and grab something. No, I'm just kidding. 3 seconds. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, who's number 2?
Me.
1, 2, 3.
Oh man, I got the same. I gotta return this.
You can't return. No returns.
But I already worked with this ingredient last
I
time.
have my receipt.
You have your receipt. All right. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to walk right down here. And you have 30 minutes on the clock. And it starts now. All right. So in that 30 minutes, they're baking everything from scratch. The only thing they've been allowed to do was have their ovens pre-warmed and set up their stations. All 3 stations were set up identically. So they have 2 mixers, they have bowls, they have butter, all of your standard kind of accoutrement that you would have in a bakery kitchen. And then they were allowed to bring 3 elements with them. They were allowed to bring a chip of some kind, so like your butterscotch chip, chocolate chip, a candy, and then they were allowed to bring a fruit. And the only other thing they could possibly bring was something made by their own business or by another local business. Outside of that, they got all the basics. So now we're going to take some time and introduce all of our judges. And if you will introduce yourself and say where you're from.
I'm Marc Frank. I am one half of Spark and the Wizardbug, which is a local food podcast. I am from right here in Virginia Beach.
I'm Carla Hesseltine, and I own Just Cupcakes in Virginia Beach. And now in Ghent. We've been in business for 9 years, and I'm really excited to be here.
My name is Judy Cowling, and I am a correspondent for the Virginia Pilot. I get to write about food every Wednesday in the flavor section, and I love it. And my friends are always begging to be the one that I get to take along.
Yeah.
And I have gotten to do that once.
Yes.
And that was a lot of fun because we got to eat tacos. So let's go visit our competitors. You got a product you have used before.
Yes, and I actually like it, so I'm going to use it as a filling in my cookie.
Ooh, so you're going to have a filled cookie.
Yes. Like
So,
a sandwich cookie.
like a sandwich cookie, kind of like you know, dare I say, an Oreo type cookie, or we can do that nice soft oatmeal kind of cookie.
I'm actually going to do a soft ginger molasses cookie.
Oh, so you got me a ginger and molasses. And your ingredient was, it started with a fig, mango tango jam. Thank you, Ori. That'll be your filling. You've used that before, and you have a special ingredient.
Yes, my friend Crystal Bound, she makes hot sauce, awesome hot sauce. So I was kind of picking her brain, trying to figure out something kind of unusual to do. So she thought about doing a cranberry bacon caramel. And this is kind of the leftover stuff that was...
The fix.
Yes. And somehow, some way, there's Skittles going in something all the time.
Skittles are going to be going in something. I like where you're going with this. So you're going to have salted caramel inside your chocolate cookie that'll have Christmas caramel popcorn from Jody's in it. Yep. Outstanding. Have you had Jody's popcorn before?
No.
It's so good. So you got chocolate drizzle Jody's popcorn. And so where are you thinking about going with this overall? Oh, you can't tell me. Oh, now you got secrets. Oh, I see how that's going to go. All right, well, you keep on going, and we'll check back in with you in a little bit. So she's got a mystery cookie Shanitha would not tell me.
Right.
And over here we're going to have at Spoon, we're going to have a chocolate-based cookie.
Chocolate-based cookie.
Yep.
And then you got ginger molasses.
And we got a ginger molasses cookie.
I like that. Those are the two that we know of are very different types of cookies.
Shanitha at the aquarium did say she was going to chop up the popcorn and incorporate it into the cookie.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That'll make a great texture.
So now our judges are going to make the move to go visit our competitors and kind of get an idea of what they're thinking, what they're doing, and that also helps in the judging process.
So the
Is to be able
Stratford
to
student
actually get in
helping
there,
you, right?
see how they're baking the
Stratford
cookies,
baking
and
student.
also
Yes.
That's
kind of look for
fantastic.
trouble spots that can trip them up along the way.
That's fantastic.
Oh, we got comments and questions. What do we got?
What's the scoop?
So what's the scoop? We have got Jason Congleton, who said, should have given her the ice cream pop.
You should have got the popsicle this time. Yep.
And then we've got Marvin, which is our sponsor, actually, for this evening. He says, good luck to all the bakers.
Awesome.
And then Andrea DiCarlo is giving a shout out and says, what's up, guys? Wish I could be there. Good luck.
Oh, thank you.
That's so nice.
And those are guys that are on a line working somewhere that took a minute because they want to see what other people in the community are doing. Two of the competitive cookies are already
really
in the oven.
incorporated the
They're moving
popcorn in
on
there
to
really
fillings
well.
or different stages for their display.
You feel good
and we
about
have
it?
one competitor that
Okay,
hasn't not
good.
got into the oven yet. And that's when you really start to look at that.
Okay, I'm gonna
Is
have
it going to
here.
cook long enough? Is it going to have time to set up? Is it going to be right out of the oven super hot? Now maybe that is the strategy to give you that warm cookie, which I mean that could be killer. Now all the competitors using Gotham Steel Bakeware. Each ones were given the exact same amount of items. And we first met them at the World Food Championships in Alabama, and that was the pan that everybody had to use. All 400 plus competitors had to use, and every chef there loved it. So we wanted to form a partnership with them for the baking competition, and this will actually help our competitors produce an even cookie, no sticking. And so we wanted to shout out to Marvin and say thank you so much at Gotham Steel. This is the prize pack that our winner will get tonight, along with a plaque on this pan here as the first Kitchen Ambush Holiday Pastry Showdown champion.
That's great.
And then also thank Wasserhoon, who is out there pouring beer for all of our guests tonight. They brought two of their beers that are awesome. It's very tasty beer.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
Tessa, well, everybody has their Stein right now, and they're enjoying their beer while everything's in the oven. So we're going to go pop around and see where everybody is in the cooking process.
The cookies are in the oven.
The
Hopefully
cookies are in
they
the
will
oven.
bake.
Did you remember to turn it on?
Yes, I turned it on.
So about how much longer for your cookies in the oven?
I'm hoping they will be done in, 10 minutes?
You're going to cut it close, huh? So you had the 9-minute cookie, so you don't have a whole lot of time left on it?
Probably got about 3 or 4 minutes.
3 or 4 minutes, perfect. All right, I'll leave you to it. Now you've got a little chocolate in here.
Yes.
That's going to be for a drizzle on top of the cookie.
How did you know? You've been in
I
this
solve
business too
mysteries.
long.
So the type of cookie still a mystery, huh?
Yeah.
Just not going to tell.
No, I just
You're going to let
everything
Mark
with the kitchen sink.
everything the kitchen sink cookie. You've heard it here first. we're gonna have a chocolate drizzle on a kitchen sink cookie.
That's right.
With the awesome popcorn in it.
Absolutely.
So you think that popcorn's gonna kind of retain a little bit of that Christmas?
I got a little trick for that.
Oh.
Yeah. But
You got a trick.
You know I'm gonna
Yeah.
kiss and tell.
When the cameras are off, we're gonna talk about that little trick.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, we'll see you in a bit.
All right.
You have comments?
Where are they?
We do have more comments. Donna Hornick says we need smell us streaming.
Smell us streaming.
Hashtag smell us streaming.
So we got a new technology that's going to be developed. Smell us streaming. All right, we are under 2 minutes. Under 2 minutes. When the buzzer goes off, I think it's operator.
I've tried that. It doesn't work.
I think there's an operator involved there. All right, so when the timer comes off, cookies have to be in front of judges.
They will be soft.
All right, so we've got 1:30. We just had,
Malfunction, non-filler.
Tessa broke the oven. And the student comes in for the save. The singing student
like, I use this one all
comes
the time,
in for
no
the
worries.
save.
This happens all the time.
All right, 30 seconds.
Yes.
30 seconds to
I
get
know.
plates to the
I
table.
saw that. Been there,
All right,
done
we
that.
have one person running to the window right now. Tessa's
Thank you.
cookie sandwich. 14 seconds, everybody.
You need a beer after that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Throw them on the table. Ah! All right, woo! All right, so now at this point, our judges are going to go ahead and start tasting the cookies. They're going to be looking at flavor. They're going to be looking at filling, consistency. All right.
It's really good. It's delicious.
So we got napkins flying in.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Round 1. What did you think?
I lost track of time.
That never happens in a cooking competition. But you got it right in there at the wire.
Yeah, they're a little warm and
This is good.
gooey.
But you know, a chocolate cookie that's
I know.
warm and gooey just kind of
It's like
sounds
ice
really
cream.
good.
I love
Kind of the ooey gooey
I don't-
chocolate
I
cookie.
don't-
So
it's a big
what did you
part
think
for me.
working with the popcorn?
I think the popcorn adds a good it's a flavor and crunch to it.
So a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar, and then a kind of a textural difference.
The bottom on this, perfect crisp.
Yeah.
How do you think the cookies came out?
I think they turned out great.
And you think
didn't
that
put
good
the
style
filling.
cookie
She
will
didn't
carry
put the
over
mystery
into
ingredient
round
into
2
the
when you
cookie.
start your
Do you know what I mean?
display
That's different.
and cupcake?
Beyond a doubt.
Integrated.
So what do you think about the conclusion of round 1?
I think it's a winner.
I
I can see my name on the plaque, guys.
she's got a name on the plaque already after round 1. Well, I got to tell you, you were cool under fire. You got that drizzle on there. All right, well, we'll see you again very soon for judging.
This is a kind of a gingerbread, and I think that the sandwich filling is, you can taste some delicious bacon, and I think that's the fig jam as well. Or not the fig, the mango jam.
Mango tango.
And that combination together, I would have never guessed it in a million years, but it works perfectly. It's
Wow.
delicious together.
Wow.
It really is.
Fabulous, Tessa.
Yeah, and I mean, everything tastes good warm, and this was absolutely delicious.
So cookie number 2, I'm gonna let Judy describe it.
Okay, Janelle, forgive me for this hot mess of a cookie, but it was absolutely delicious. There's more
Yep.
chocolate in there. If it had cookied up a little bit, it would have been beautiful and excellent. So I'm gonna say that was a winner. And can I say that?
You can.
Yeah. That was
Sure.
That was my winner.
Sure, we can say that.
I'm easy.
All right, and let's have Mark describe the 3rd cookie.
The mystery cookie.
Mystery
Shanifa's
cookie.
cookie from the aquarium was the special ingredient was a popcorn with a caramel and chocolate drizzle on it, which is on top of it. The cookie itself seems to be, excuse me for not knowing the correct terms, but a pretty regular, like chocolate chip cookie style cookie with chunks of definitely chocolate with a drizzle on top, which I really enjoyed. The look of the cookie was great, the texture's great, and the bottom of it had a perfect crispy bottom, which I was a fan of.
Way to go, Gotham Steel Pans on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the aquarium had that crispy bottom, it had the presentation, and it had the type of cookie that I look for when I go for a cookie. So I liked all 3. I am going to give my nod to the aquarium's cookie.
One thing I didn't have any idea was that beer and cookies go so well together because it's always been milk and cookies, but beer and cookies does pretty well.
Starting a new trend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wasserhund beer and
Very
cookies.
nice.
You know, and Judy said something really interesting with Spoon's cookie, is that no matter what it looks like, you want a cookie that tastes delicious. And this cookie was absolutely delicious.
So your choice?
Spoon's cookie.
Oh, so you got one for you.
Yeah.
And one more thing, you know that I'm always fighting for the corner of the brownie.
That kind of crispy, crunchy
Yeah,
end.
where it has all the crunchy parts on it, and this got brownie around the edges for the part that cooked, Janelle. And that was definitely my first.
All right, so the winner of round 1 for our cookie round as we go into round 2. Now remember, this is a cumulative for one final winner announced at the end. Spoon. All right, so.
But if you want to bake more for us, and we can take, that'd be fine too. Okay, good. There you go. I know you got another batch scooped. I saw it.
All right, so we're going to take a brief intermission. So you guys take a deep breath, relax. We're going to have your stations reset, and then we'll come back for round 2, which is cupcake and display, and another drawing of our infamous numbers. Oh wait, 2 drawings, because I didn't use the second drawing on you yet. Let's take a break, grab something to drink, we'll get ready, and we're going to be reset for round 2, for our cupcake rounds, and let our judges kind of slumber off the sugar coma we've got from round 1.
Yeah, we're gonna be. Yeah. Chicken.
All right, we'll be right back. All right, we are getting ready to begin round 2. Now remember, there's a couple of things to remember about round 2. Number 1, you have to incorporate your cookies in your display. Now that does not mean you need to have them be a round cookie again. It can be a square, a triangle, whatever you need it to be to make your display work, and you want it to be holiday themed. Number 2, I need all my little pieces of paper back with the numbers on them. And I want you guys to come back up here because we're going to draw numbers again. And there will be, at some point, a second number draw after this one. And that could come at any point in time.
The way here.
I can say, come up to the front for a number draw. You'll have to put down what you're doing and grab your numbers. So,
Here you go, sweetheart.
we have everybody
Move out of the way.
vacating. Everybody's running away for a minute for this next number draw. And I'm going to pull this and put the numbers in here this time because it seemed to be like difficult to pull a number out last time. So I'm going to shake them around and then we're going to go to the box. Now this time in the box, I'm going to let you take a look at the box and pick one that you really like. So think that through because that is this important draw. So if you draw number 1, you're going to the box first. So winner, you draw first. Second, because you're just happen to be standing there. Obviously, you can't decide, so second.
And again,
number 1.
Now you can make a choice.
And
All
again,
right.
again, no drum roll, but you know, we'll try for the 3rd time.
All right, so let's open our numbers and see where you're at. Number 2, number 3, number 1. All right, so we're going to grab the box. And now we're going to actually see in the box because I'm going to lay out what's here. We have, from It Started With a Fig, we have the 24 karat jam, Blueberry Hill jam, and Peaches and All jam. We have regular Chef David Hanna's brand new apple butter, which when he came, I was so hoping he was going to bring that. We have Ames Hot Southern Honey. And then we have the Gearhart's Fine Chocolates. We have espresso, ginger, and maya. And then we have one more of Jody's Popcorn, their standard caramel recipe. So, I'm going to let you take 2. You can take 2 ingredients that you're going to incorporate into your cupcake and or display. So think that through, because that means your display includes your cookies as well. So you get to choose 2 first. All right, so we got 1, ginger chocolate with, which jam did you go with? Oh, the peaches jam. All right, stay right there. Number 2, you pick your 2.
Thinking, what will
So we
she
got
do?
Ames Hot Southern Honey and another one of the chocolates.
Spicy
And
and
you?
sweet.
Bam.
Ooh, apple butter and apple honey.
Everybody's going
Now,
for chocolate.
before everybody runs away, let me move these out. You have an hour and a half on the clock to bake and complete But, you know, I didn't throw any real curveballs at you in round 1. So I'm going to start off now by going, I'm going to take this.
Oh, yay.
And I'm going to do this.
Yay, that's what I really wanted to do.
And then I'm going to let's take this.
Like a
and
Chinese Christmas party.
No, I won't do that. I'm going to do this. So now that you took a lot of time thinking about what your ingredients are going to be, I just changed them for you. There is a little bit of whimpering and gnashing of teeth going on right now. She's auctioning off her spots right now. All right, take your ingredients, head back to your stations. But.
Mine taking it number 1.
All right, so let's clear this off. Actually, we'll leave that right there. So we got our competitors going back to their stations with not the ingredients they thought they selected. There's still another curveball to come before this competition is over, but I'll save that one for later. So our judges can go back to their seats. Our competitors can get to your starting points. Don't do anything yet. I see people getting anxious to get started, so I'm going to grab my trusty clock. And the time starts now. Now, when it comes to display, I let them bring 3 elements that they could use to help build a display, but only 3. They couldn't come with this big elaborate light show, which would have been really cool, but a little too easy.
Yeah.
So the school provided for them 2 mixers. They provided them pots to use, mixing bowls to use, cutting boards to use, of course, the prep tables and the ovens and everything. So, and then the school took all care of all the pantry. So remember, we have the Virginia Aquarium, and that is through Sodexo. And then we also have Tessa's Creations, and we have Spoon Dessert Cafe. Everybody here local making food that you've probably had before, but didn't ever get to see it from this angle. But if you haven't followed them on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and their websites, and visited their businesses, you should. And then you have our judges, the podcast with Mark. If you haven't listened to his Spark and the Wizardbug podcast, you're completely missing out. He's worked on that pose all day. That's what you don't realize.
It was pretty good too. Pretty good.
And Carla, of course, with Just Cupcakes, a total staple of the community.
Thank
has been
you.
here and contributing and working through the community, provides countless jobs. For, I mean, I can tell dozens of people that have worked for you along the years you've been here. And you have drive.
4-time cupcake wars.
Yes.
That
4
was
times.
huge.
4 times.
And you know, one of the things that I think that really doesn't get necessarily talked about when you're doing this is because a lot of people think that, you know, at home, oh, they're just making cookies or cupcakes, or on a food one, oh, they're just making a burger. There is a huge difference when the lights go on, the camera's on, you know people are judging you, you know people are watching. It changes your own methodology.
Yes.
So you guys want to walk around and look?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, go for it.
Some ingredients going.
So where can people find you?
Spoon, we're on General Booth Boulevard out in the Strawbridge area.
Yep.
And we're in the shopping center with a movie theater and some dinner restaurants, and we're open
The movie
late.
theater has the reclining seats.
Yes. And we're open late on Fridays and Saturdays, so you can do dinner, a movie, and a dessert.
Which I have done, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's the ice cream and the espresso.
Oh, the affogato.
The affogato. See, I was going to say that and then let her say it first. That thing is awesome.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
I will go there and
With
just
our
have an
house-made
avocado.
caramel.
Yes. For the avocado.
Drizzle caramel on top.
I have to keep saying that because one time I'll get it right. Avocado. Oh.
I forgot it already.
Espresso. I forgot already. I forgot already, so I'm going to have to go get another one. That's a good dessert. And what do you think of the Gotham Steel Pans so far?
They're pretty good so far. I have not had any problems with them.
Perfect. So there you go. Another happy customer, Marvin. So you've got the Ames Hot Southern Honey going in the buttercream.
Yes.
You have an orange and chili ganache going inside the cupcake.
Yes.
And that is where your chocolate was incorporated
Absolutely.
in. And what's your cupcake base going to be?
Vanilla.
And so you're going to build a display around some really cool flavors. What do you think of the Gotham Steel Pans?
I love them.
You love them.
I love them.
I mean, those cookies were beautiful on the bottom.
Yeah, they were perfect.
They really were.
I can't.
And you didn't have to put anything on the pan. You went straight with the cookies down.
I know. I'm so mad. I need them at home. That's why.
Right. See, Marvin,
do.
you've got somebody already needs them at home.
Yes. Christmas is right around the corner.
That's true. Christmas is. Well, if you win the whole thing.
You're right.
Ah.
Christmas comes sooner.
Christmas comes sooner. All right, I'm gonna let you get back to work.
All right,
Thank you. There's, I'm gonna tell you some neat things happening. Some really cool stuff happening inside some of these. You know, switching the ingredients up on them was the first curveball. There's still a second curveball coming that they don't know about and they won't know anytime soon. But at the same time, they have such ability and such talent. They just rolled with it and right into a new one.
And for those of you that haven't baked, doing a cupcake is challenging because
Yes.
you have to let it cool.
Right.
Or else, you know, whether you're using buttercream or whipped cream or ganache, it's just going to slide right off.
Yes. And when that happens, that's going to definitely affect the way it tastes, the way it looks, the way it's executed. If that's not done right, you can ruin the entire cupcake.
So really their job is to get that cupcake in the oven as soon as possible.
Yep.
So they begin their buttercream, their topping, their ganache, and really wait for it to cool when it comes out of the oven.
And I'm interested to see how the cupcakes work in these Gotham Steel pans. It'll be the first time we've seen Gotham Steel cupcake pans. They already love the sheet trays, and so I think this will be interesting to see.
Well, and Kitchen Ambush is debuting these bakeware pans.
And you know, I got to tell you, they're all excited for that prize pack. So what do you think from what you're walking around seeing so far?
This is incredible. I mean, everybody is just humming along, and I mean, everything smells so good, and you know, such great ingredients, and there's just, the combinations are wonderful.
Even though we changed up their ingredients, even though they wanted ones they got, we switched it up on them, they still rolled right into their stuff.
I'm very impressed with the confidence. I mean, I saw everybody's face when you took those things away. There was a little shock. They got over it.
Yeah.
It snapped though, and they stuck to what they knew, and they just went forward with it. And that's all you could do.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I'm very impressed by everybody's drive to just complete the task at hand.
This is the Maya chocolate, right?
Correct.
Does it have a little bit of heat to it?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Would you like to taste it?
I would. I'd love to taste it. I love Mexican chocolate.
We tasted it earlier, and it has a really strong orange flavor to it. And the heat kind of comes later on, but it's not too overbearing.
Yep.
It's a good flavor to it.
So it kind of has that creeping heat. Oh, I want a spoon too.
Oh, sorry.
See, that's why I take away their ingredients and they don't let me have a spoon.
Oh, this is good.
What kind of
you like
spoon
it
is
just
that?
the way it
Is that a salad spoon?
I do.
They call this a diet spoon. It's a diet spoon.
You know
not
what?
a, you know.
It would be interesting
You gotta work out
to
well.
taste it with the sweetness of a cupcake to see if it would balance it.
Okay.
I mean, don't let me, but I'm just saying, it's got a nice heat to it. It's got almost a little bit of a savory flavor to it.
Okay.
I think putting it on a cupcake is I think that combination is going to be amazing.
We're going to draw another number and I'm going to have a little fun with you. And Santa even has some fun in store. So, again, round one, so you draw first. All right, so go ahead and take a quick peek at your numbers. What those numbers mean for this curveball is on the table behind me are some lovely Christmas paraphernalia. And I know you already had a display worked out on how you were going to do said display, but now you will take two elements from this table and incorporate them into your display with the remaining time. So hopefully that didn't chop up your idea for a display too bad, but how can you pass up such fun Christmas paraphernalia during a Christmas cooking competition? So who got number one? Come on over and pick two. Chinese lanterns going with Tessa. Who's number two? Come on up and pick two. These are animated and talking.
I'm really going to get to keep it this time.
You are going to get to keep it this time. Candy cane and light of joy. And that works for you. All right, and now you pick your two. Santa and a Christmas tree. All right, go back to your stations and get working.
You're just trying to compete with my big old earrings.
They're going to come here at the table. So we just added another curveball. They had already worked out what their displays were going to be, but I decided there needed to be more holiday cheer in their displays. So now they have a couple more things to incorporate in after their first curveball of changing around their flavor profiles. So cupcakes are out of the oven at all the stations. Some are a little further along in the process than others. We look at here, Shanitha has done things I'm not allowed to tell you because it's a big giant secret, but she's already starting to put some of the buttercream she made onto the cupcakes. And you know, the smell was going really huge in the kitchen earlier, but now it is like amped up to 100. It smells incredible in here right now. So now you're getting, you know, everything from, you smell chocolate, you smell sugar, you smell some of the ginger that's been used. I mean, it is out of bounds how good it smells in here so far. So what's going on here next?
I was going to try to do a Christmas tree since it's Christmas themed.
I like it. All right, so now you are well into your cupcakes now.
Yes, I am. I did the timing better this time.
You are on it. So you've got cupcakes, and on top of the cupcake, you've got, it looks like some of your cookie
Yes.
and some of the popcorn.
Yep.
So you kind of tied elements from your cookie into your cupcake.
Yes, I did.
So how did adding the two other elements go with what you were already planning on for your display?
They worked well with what I brought.
So you got Techno Santa, light up tree. And so cupcakes and cookies. Did you bake more cookies this time?
I did.
How did any
They
contrast?
turned out really well.
Turned out really well.
Yes.
So now you're not just going for the pal of awesome brownie-esque flavor that I hear you stole your husband's favorite cookie.
I did. This is based on his favorite cookie, which is the Reese's peanut butter cookie. The chocolate
I
with
gotcha.
the peanut butter chips.
So you're never going to hear the end of it now that his cookie helped you win first round?
I guess not.
And so now we got people starting to bring up display components. And so they have to add the two pieces they got from the table.
Oh no, you don't have to start that till the end.
See, now you can see the difference in the cookie. It's a much more, it's holding its own. You don't have that whole crumble down. And look at these
Let's turn
cupcakes.
this camera
So that's
around.
actually some of the cookie and popcorn on top of the cupcakes.
Do we have a to-go box?
We can make that
We're
happen.
gonna need to have a to-go box because Judy is not gonna be able to eat all of these.
Oh my goodness, the smell is just getting to me.
Hey, I'm telling you, the farther we got into the cupcakes coming to completion, they really started to, the smells amped up. You just got that holiday baking feel.
Right.
5.5 minutes. 5.5 minutes left in the competition. We got piping going on cupcakes over here. One display finished. The second is already about halfway. And we may have one come down to the wire. So what's it like when you get into those final minutes?
Oh, you can't think. I mean, all you're doing is just throwing cupcakes on the display, and just that's all you can think of. I mean,
Does it help having them go, final
no,
minute,
it
final
does not
minute?
help
It kind of
at
drives you
all.
crazy.
It does not help.
Yep. You're done? 2 competitors have now turned in. 2 competitors. So with 3.5 minutes left, 2 are in. 1 is plating up now. So what are you thinking about being a judge on this side?
I think it's awesome. I can't believe the creativity that these chefs have had today. I wouldn't have thought of half the things that they're doing, let alone how to cook them. But even in just the displays, I think it's amazing how they look, the differences in each one, how they're all cooking cupcakes and cookies, but each display is completely different. It's really astounding. I'm very impressed. Very, very impressed.
All 3 competitors are finished with 15 seconds to spare. Let's give them a round of applause. Woo! All right. We can get all the judges back to the table.
All right, I'm Janelle Roeder. I'm from Spoon Dessert Cafe. My 2 ingredients were the peachy zeol jam and the hot southern honey. I did spice cake with the spicy honey. I incorporated the peach jam and some of our house-made caramel into the frosting, and then I mixed some of the honey in with our caramel to top off the top with some of the caramel corn from the first round and the cookies from the first round.
Shanitha Little, I'm head baker at the Virginia Aquarium. I have for you today a mystery cookie with, it was the Jody's popcorn, chocolate covered popcorn. And I did a drizzle on top and sprinkled popcorn on top as well as put the popcorn on the inside. For the cupcakes, my ingredients are hot southern honey and Mayan chocolate. I put the chocolate on the inside. I made it into a ganache and put it on the inside of a vanilla cupcake. I used the honey and the buttercream on top.
Hi, I'm Tessa Cohen. I own Tessa's Creations Catering Company, and I did a whole lot of interesting over
You
here.
did a whole lot of
Yes.
interesting.
Okay, so you know about the cookie, but the cupcake has a lot of different flavor elements. I did kind of a gingery spice cupcake, and I broke the chocolate up and put it inside the cupcake while it baked. So you
Right.
have like a nice piece of chocolate in there. And then for the buttercream frosting, I used the apple butter, threw some vinegar in there, some white pepper, whatever I could find on that shelf back there. Went in there, just to kind of mix it up.
Yep.
So-
To go a little different.
Yeah, these ingredients are great.
Excellent.
Awesome.
All right, judges, you now have the just hard job of tasting all the sweets, deliberating, talking about which ones are your favorites. If you have questions to ask, your competitors will be right here. And then we will select the first Kitchen Ambush Holiday Pastry Showdown champion. Woo! While they're deliberating and they're eating and they're tasting, I have to ask each of you, what did you guys think of the Gotham Steel Pans?
Christmas list. They're on my Christmas list.
I mean, that is about as strong a statement.
Yeah, they were awesome. No parchment paper needed, no spraying the pans, nothing. It gave the crisp on the bottom of the cookies that I wanted. I mean, it was just phenomenal.
And how do you feel with the cupcake pans?
They cooked them perfect.
So what did you think of Gotham
I
Steel?
thought they were great. I loved them. I'd like to see if they have a, professional kitchen line.
They have some pretty awesome stuff coming out for professional chefs.
I will keep an eye on it.
That was what, WFC, that was the pans they used there. So absolutely, thank you. And Tessa, what did you think of them?
I loved them. Like I said, I think the crust on the cookies was awesome. I would like to see what other products they have available, especially for cheesecakes. I do a lot
Oh,
of
absolutely. Yeah, that should be fantastic.
springform pans.
I was right that her ganache is incredible. This Mayan ganache.
And you stopped her just before she whipped into it.
It was the perfect balance of the sweet cupcake.
Yep.
I thought that the tree was probably, out of all the things we had tonight, that was probably what did not work the best.
And then her cupcake, the cake again, it's so delicious.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of this harder caramel. But I think also one of the reasons I like this cupcake so much is that, like I said, I eat these kind of cupcakes, or I taste these, or I see them every day.
Right.
So this was a surprise.
Yep.
And to work with apple butter and vinegar and white pepper and create that. Plus the cupcake is not a cupcake consistency cupcake. So it was a little different. So that
I think you might change my vote. I just had if we're taking display into account.
But no,
there's like a
you're right. The
clear-
display was beautiful. I liked it whenever I liked the earrings.
This has been the 2017 Kitchen Ambush Holiday Pastry Showdown. We are now announcing the winner of tonight's first championship. And I'll tell you, from my perspective, I got to taste some things. You guys are every bit as skilled as I ever thought you were. For me, I want to thank you guys for being a part of this. I know that took a lot of time.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for having us.
You took time, you gave of your craft, I thank you. And so now I am going to turn it over to our esteemed judges panel and their spokesperson to announce the winner.
This feels so good to be on this side of the table during a cupcake war kind of challenge. First of all, everybody's cupcakes were delicious. Everybody's displays were wonderful. Your hunch about the chocolate, the Mayan chocolate with that sweet cupcake was a perfect balance, and I'm glad you kept it the way you did. Yours was, the presentation was beautiful. It was absolutely delicious. Yours was such a surprise. It was so different. And the flavors really came through. So with that, and while we were all thrilled to have everything that we had, the winner is Tessa.
Yay! Speech.
Thank you.
Well, guys, that has been the Holiday Pastry Showdown. Thank you so much for watching there. Thank everybody that was here and came out tonight and experienced what these people do on a daily basis. It is much more than what you would think. And I think you got a snapshot of that tonight. We look forward to the next opportunity. Look everybody up on Facebook. Stay strong with local business. You know, you can go back. You'll be able to watch this video again. We're going to send out tags, and everything's been tagged tonight. But Gotham Steel, Wasserhoon, Stratford University, Tessa's, the Aquarium, Spoon, Spark and the Wizardbug podcast, Just Cupcakes, the Virginian Pilot. There is so many people that came together to put this in. We couldn't do it without them, and this is why we do it. So this has been Kitchen Ambush. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, somewhere in the universe, online, and on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button and follow.
And we want to do another shout out though to the wonderful pans at Gotham Steel.
Gotham Steel.
Yes, they're awesome.
You
Highly
made them
recommend
proud.
them. Yes.
The winner's walking home with an amazing prize pack. Thank you again.
Share those with me.
I'll give you some. I'll share.
Everybody have a good night. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.